Hey everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I hope some people can jump on today. If not, please watch it later. This is a great topic for Talk About It Tuesday. So again, you know me now. My name's Carolyn Spronley, but what you don't know is that today we're talking all about branding. And I thought it was really important to have Pete Sylvester with Web Design Creative on so we can talk about you and your brand as well as sharing my new brand.
You have a new brand. I was going to say, I thought you were going to talk about it.
Which is Carolyn Spronley with The Link at Keller Williams on the Water, Sarasota. Your link to all things real estate. So thanks to Pete here, our branding and creative guru. He's really been able to help me. And I'm really just so excited for everybody to see it. So again, I'm Carolyn Spronley with The Link at Keller Williams on the Water, Sarasota, your link to all things real estate. And this is Pete Sylvester with Web Design Creative. And he does custom logos and custom web design. So he's going to help us understand a little bit more about what a brand is. Because if you think about it, we all have one. And a lot of us here in town and everywhere, it's very entrepreneurial nowadays. And so you really need to be able to identify yourself. So, why is branding so important?
Branding is important because it allows you to set yourself up ahead of competition. It makes you stand out. So when somebody thinks about your product or service, they instantly think of you. It may be because they trust you or the service is so incredibly great.
Sure.
Combined with price.
For instance, there's 14 million realtors here in Sarasota.
Maybe a little more, a few more.
And so
you can't hit a rock without being a realtor in Sarasota.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we really I needed something that's going to make me stand out. And what better way after all of our brainstorming to come up with The Link, because I am the link for you. I not only can help you with homes, commercial rentals, that type of thing, but I also have a slew of amazing different vendors and partners that I work with that can help you with anything. So we really helped to kind of bridge the link to everything that you would need in that realm. So it's important, okay, but where do we even start? I mean, some people have no names, some people do have a name, but they don't have a something, so where do we even start with that?
The best thing to start is start brainstorming. We want to think about your product or service and brainstorm what's great about your product or service, what makes you stand out. And brainstorming is great because there's no wrong answer. You just start just writing things down, have a pad of paper somewhere where you always know where it is. And
how long does that take?
The whole process of brainstorming is about a 2-week process, because we do a lot of other things during the week besides brainstorm.
Right.
And the nice thing is I brainstorm along with my clients. So they'll brainstorm, I'll brainstorm all about the products and service, their business, all about their business. And then we come together after about a week or 2-week period of time, and then we weed out the bad things, keep the good things. Even if someone doesn't have a name of their business, it actually works out better, because then we use everything good about their business, and which is their brand, right? We're bringing it in.
And some people it's easier than others. I literally had something the same name, but a total different view of what the logo could look like, and he did every which way possible. Spent hours and hours, and at the end of the day, it just wasn't the feeling that we envisioned. And so
you're thinking about the visual before you're thinking of the brand,
right? So and then we picked the new logo, which is completely opposite of where we started. So it does take time. You just want to get it right, because this is for you. This is everyone's going to see it. That's everybody wants to be able to relate to you, and it's very important to have all that. So you want to be different. You want to have the branding so that you can stand out and be known in the field that you are. Cool. So after we pick our name, and also you have to think about kind of the future. You know, where are you going? Even a domain name, maybe a slogan. All of that is kind of wrapped into it.
After all that brainstorming, we eventually come up, because the branding is actually what your service does and how it makes you stand out ahead of your competition, above your competition. And then we come up with using that information for the logo, like I did with you.
Visual.
And then once we have the visual, and that goes on everything.
Right.
That goes on letterhead. It goes on your business cards, of course. It goes on pens. It goes on vehicles.
Websites.
And then you want a website, because then part of their brainstorming is getting the information about your business that's going to go on the website.
So there are two different types of websites.
Basically.
And what are the two different
So
ones?
we have what I like to call add water websites, where people
add water
websites.
I like that.
I get it from baking. So just because I can add water to a brownie mix doesn't make me a baker. So people go log on online, and they essentially fill out forms, and they create a website.
What it is you want, what the logo is.
Right, and what they have different themes. So you pick a theme, and everything has to go to a certain spot, or you pick another theme, and everything is it has to go to a certain place and look a certain way.
Right.
The other kind of website, which is what I do, is a custom website. So think of it this way: if you
He's so smart.
If you open a blank Word document, you start typing, and that's essentially what I do. So I open a blank document where I code the website from, and I start coding.
Coding, if you don't know too much about it, it's when you see. I don't even know where someone like me would actually see it, but it is. It's like a language, and it's just a bunch of numbers, letters, symbols, all put together in different orders, and then parentheses and brackets.
It's an actual language that has syntax and rules and everything like that. And what I do is I code everything in there, and actually quite often it takes me less time to do a custom website than someone with a add water website, because they have to figure out what they're doing, because someone else actually created that. So I actually take the logo, the visuals, and the information, and I know exactly what I'm going to do with it and what the code's going to do.
Some people say that's like the long way. Like, I don't have time for that. It's the long way to do that
custom. It's not the long way, because it's the right. And to me, that's how I learned. I've been in this business 20 years. That's how I learned. And it customizes the website, so you're not locked into any look or feel. What I can do is I can make the website within the confines of the internet, will give the client the look and feel on their website however they want it, not anything, and not a pre-made template.
Right, that other people would have as well.
Right.
And also too, I've heard, I don't really know how to say it, the way that you do it, even though it doesn't sound like it's more simple, it's actually more simple. I think you were saying,
Well, it's more simple because your browser, your Internet Explorer or Firefox, the browser reads the code and interprets it. So the more organized the code, the faster the website runs.
And oh my God, what are they called? What are the two types of websites?
WordPress.
That's what I was thinking. WordPress.
Yeah,
sorry.
Those are the most popular. There's lots of them.
They may have an overabundance of too much code that you don't use and don't need. So that's why it's not as simple to read, because he's actually just putting what it is you need where it needs to be.
It'd be better to have a human being code your website rather than a
instead
computer.
of the robot. Instead of the robot. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Again,
My
this
pleasure.
is Pete Sylvester with Web Design Creative. Info, of course, is always above for you. You can always contact me because I'm your link. I know people like him. I know lenders. I know ballroom dancers. Health coaches, everything, really. I know so many amazing people who are so very helpful. And we really just wanted to bring this out today because it was a great process for me to go through. This is the first time that I'm really doing this.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And he's very patient because, like I said, we were going back and forth for weeks with my first one, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. But we will unveil the logo later today. I'm going to do a whole little marketing blast. So look out for that for me. So again, I'm Carolyn Spromley with the link at Keller Williams on the Water, Sarasota. And I am your link to all things real estate. This is Pete Sylvester with Web Design Creative, custom logos, branding, websites. He's very, very helpful. If you're thinking about rebranding or you're just starting out, it's really helpful to have someone that knows what they're doing, because it's a crazy process. You don't think of all the things that actually go into it.
Yeah, a lot of people come in and they're like, this is taking a lot more work than I realized. They thought, just throw a website up there.
Yeah.
And they're like, but they understand how much work it is.
Yeah. And remember, whether in real estate or in web design or in an air conditioning company, there are others. So you want to be the one that's out in front of everyone else. And visually, it makes sense to put 2 and 2 together and say, real estate, the link. And they see my logo as soon, that's the way that you really want to think about branding. Yeah. It's your stamp.
You want to stand out.
You want to stand out. So definitely get some help if you need it. Pete is fantastic, and we love you all. Thank you for coming for Talk About It Tuesday. Again, this is episode 9. Oh. Talk About It Tuesday, all about branding and logos. So we will talk to you soon, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.